Hello, good morning, or good evening, whenever you are watching this. I hope you are doing well. My name is Catherine, and today I am so excited to announce Broadway Babyathon. So I am hosting this Broadway-themed readathon with 3 other fantastic booktubers. We have Brittany from Literarily Smitten, who is kind of the mastermind behind this whole thing, Katie from Katie Can't Read, and Claire from The Bookish Potatoes. This is a team-based 2-week-long readathon that takes place from July 1st through July 14th. So how is this going to work? What's going on? What's happening? Each of the hosts, we each have a different musical that we are casting. So each team is based on a different musical with a unique set of prompts. You get to decide what team you want to audition for, so what team you want to be on. I am casting Team Hadestown. Brittany is casting Team Sweeney Todd. Katie is casting Rent, and Claire is casting Wicked. For each prompt that you complete, you'll fill out a form to get your team points. One book can count for multiple prompts, and you get your points based on how many prompts you complete, not necessarily how many books you read. So if you read one book that covers 2 prompts, you get 2 points. We like to make things easy for you. The team that gets the most points wins the award for Best Musical. I had to throw in some jazz hands in there. Very important. Also, each prompt that you fulfill gets you one step closer to becoming a Tony winner. So as you read, you will move up different ranks. So if you finish one prompt, then you have completed the audition stage. Honestly, that is half the work in any sort of show, so congratulations. If you complete 2 prompts, you are on the ensemble stage. 3 prompts is understudy, 4 prompts is lead, and 5 prompts is, of course, Tony winner. So that covers all the rules. Let's talk about my team, Hadestown. So if you are joining my team, which you should, it is the best team. We have 5 prompts. Each team has 5 prompts related to a different song in the musical. So as I go through my prompts, I will be giving you my TBR, as well as some recommendations of books that you can read. You can read the same books as me too, if you want to. We can all buddy read this entire thing. So our first song is Living It Up on Top, and that is to read a book with some good vibes. I am going to be reading The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. Morgan Matson's books always just have those feel-good vibes to them, so I'm very excited. And there are dogs and ice cream trucks on the cover of this book, so it's gotta be a good time, right? Other books you could read could be Kate in Waiting by Becky Albertalli. That one also involves theater, so very fitting for this readathon. People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. That book just came out. It's a good time. I did a whole reading vlog on it, and it's just very fun. Again, great vibes all around. The entire When Dimple Met Rishi series by Sandhya Menon. I think those ones are the epitome of just feel-good contemporary YA romances. Perfect on Paper by Sophie Gonzalez, or even any of the Brown Sisters books by Talia Hibbert. Love those books, so good. The next song is Wedding Song, and that is to read a song with dual perspectives, because in Wedding Song it is all about Orpheus and Eurydice kind of going back and forth, so dual perspective. I personally will be reading Hang the Moon by Alexandria Belfer, which again just seems like a very fun contemporary romance, and it has dual perspectives, so there's that. Other books with dual perspectives that I highly recommend would be Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade. Any of Sarah MacLean's books are dual perspective, at least in her main series, and I love all of her books, well, mostly all of her books. Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo, and that is in dual perspective and in verse form, so very good for a readathon because it is a fast read. And I have given a lot of contemporaries and romances, so let's go with one fantasy at least, and that is Scavenge the Stars by Tara Sim. This is a Count of Monte Cristo retelling which will help for our next prompt. Our next song is All I've Ever Known, and that is to read a retelling. If you don't know, Hadestown is a Greek myth retelling. So because of that, I will be reading Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. This book is of course about Ariadne, who is the daughter of King Midas, and she saves Theseus from the Minotaur. So there you go. Of course, for recommendations for this prompt, I have to recommend a couple of Greek mythology retellings, of course. So if you haven't read Song of Achilles or Circe by Madeline Miller, highly recommend those two. Also, Lore by Alexandra Bracken. I guess technically not so much a retelling, but kind of a retelling. I think it counts, and I'm the host of this readathon, so there you go, it counts. If you're not looking for necessarily a Greek mythology retelling, you can of course read some fairy tale retellings. Lots of great ones out there, such as any of the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. You could read My Plain Jane by the Lady Janies, which is a Jane Eyre retelling. These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, which is a Romeo and Juliet retelling. Legendborn by Tracy Dion, which is a King Arthur retelling continuation story. The list goes on and on. I have a lot of retellings, so if none of those pique your interest, hit me up. I got a ton. I love retellings. The next song I had to include is Wait for Me, and that is to read a book about an epic journey. Now this could mean physical and / or emotional. So I will be reading Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe. Just from the description of this, it sounds like it is going to be quite the emotional journey, so I am very excited to read it, and it's something that has been on my radar for quite some time. If you are looking for something that is more of a physical journey, might I recommend The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Listen, I gotta stay on brand. Every recommendation video from me is going to include The Hobbit. Sorry, not sorry. You could also read We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faizal, which they go on a pretty great journey in that one. Passenger by Alexandra Bracken is all about traveling through time and space, so great time. If you're looking for something a little more contemporary, Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. Road trip vibes, just very great road trip vibes. Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. Anyway, they go through quite the journey in that book as well. And I also recommend either of Erin Morgenstern's books, either Station 11 or Night Circus. Both of those have pretty cool journeys. Our final song is If It's True, and that is to read a book with an unreliable narrator. For this, I will be reading Tithe by Holly Black. I feel like Holly Black writes a lot of unreliable narrators, and so I have a feeling this one is also going to be quite an unreliable narrator, so I'm excited to read this. You could also read her Cruel Prince series. I believe Jude is an excellent unreliable narrator. If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio is another theater-related book, so you can read that one. The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. This has a play based off of it, so you could also read the play version of this book, which is one of my favorite plays, just so visually stunning. I feel like basically any mystery has an unreliable narrator, so like you could read any mystery. I don't read a ton of mysteries. I did read Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. A.J. Finn. So that one definitely has an unreliable narrator. And An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. April May is a beautifully written, unreliable narrator. For the other team's prompts, you can and you should go check out all my co-hosts. I'll be linking all of their videos down below. Go check them out and choose whichever team speaks to you the most, whichever team's prompts you want to fulfill. You won't hurt my feelings if you don't choose my team, but I may cry a little bit. We do also have some bonus prompts for a couple extra points. So those are to listen to the soundtrack of your musical, the musicals team that you are a part of, watch any movie musical, do a cosplay for your team's musical, post like a TikTok or reel lip sync dub type deal of a song, a clip of a song to your musical, and finally just simply share any sort of musical theater themed related social media posts. So that can be Instagram, TikTok, Reels, I guess Twitter maybe. I don't use Twitter, but sure, Twitter. Wherever you post these things, be sure that you are using our hashtag, which is Broadway Babyathon. Broadway BB-athon. But it's here. And be sure to tag us so that we can count your points and fill out the Google form. Yeah. Finally, all of this info will be on our Discord. Over there, we will be posting announcements, such as when we are doing reading sprints. I believe our first reading sprint is going to be on my channel, on July 1st, the first day of our readathon. So yeah, definitely join our Discord and follow all of us on social media so that you can be the most up to date. Also on our Discord, we have all of the rules, all the links to like the Google Doc, and you can chat with people on your team as well as people on other teams. We can set up buddy reads, book recommendations, the works. So join the Discord, link down below. Okay, I think that covers everything. Once again, be sure to check out my co-hosts, Katie, Brittany, and Claire. Watch their videos down below. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And until next time, bye.